father in this, or he'll take a corporate role.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't realize that was still an option.
Well, there's one viable opportunity that's somewhat alive for him. And to be candid, if medical insurance weren't such an issue,
Yeah.
we wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah.
But we're weighing, if he doesn't go back into corporate, right now the way Obamacare works and whatnot, it's like a $13,000 deductible, and next to no providers in our market even accept it because it's so bad. So that's my fear, not to mention the cost of it is like $2,000 a month. So
and I pay 150, period. No deductible.
Unbelievable.
It's a different world, isn't it?
It really is. And I would gladly pay the $2,000 if we got good, coverage and got our pick of providers and all of that. I would gladly pay that.
Yes.
But so anyway, that's really what we're debating, because it goes beyond, like, we really believe together we can replace his income in this business. But one serious medical issue and it wipes us out for the rest of our life,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what my neck surgery would have cost. A lot. To have some handmade titanium to fit my neck, all that surgery and a year's worth of physiotherapy and everything that went with it. I mean, yeah.
So if this viable opportunity doesn't come through, we have to march forward and keep our fingers crossed that the one good thing Trump could do is improve the medical plan for small businesses.
Yeah.
Because that's who got crushed by Obama.
Yes.
So we'll see. But
I don't know what Trump's doing these days other than covering his own ass and his son and his bankruptcies and.
Yeah, he's definitely got some bankruptcies. I mean, the one thing he's done good is for small business. And there's supposedly some litigation sitting there that could in fact change, medical insurance and how it's structured for small business. Because that's the heartbeat of the U.S. is small business.
Yeah.
But so I think we're going to know for sure what this company is finally going to do, because they've been talking to him for over a year, back and forth. Yeah.
Oh,
wow. Just changing direction, and the one person that was probably integral in changing it too much got let go. She was the global VP of HR, and Jeff got a call last week that it was her brainiac idea. Instead of hiring a VP of sales, let's go with what they're calling a player coach, somebody that's got account responsibility that could coach the rest of the team. And Jeff said, I'm not interested in that. So apparently they're now back on the, no, we need a VP route. So we'll see. I mean, it's space that Jeff's been in his industry. In the meantime, he's behind the scenes. He's making calls, sending out emails, trying to drum up some conversations on the corporate side. So if you could just bear with me, like.
Of course. Yeah, no.
Because we both agree the one logo would be the J and then Heinz International.
Okay.
That's what we see. I just didn't want to get you guys changing anything.
No, that's fine. I quite like the J with the two different colors. So his branding could be the more blue purple and yours could maybe be the more orange. It's just a thought. Could we do the two J's in two different colors?
Yeah.
And I was kind of thinking, like, with his blog, it could be this color and your blog could be that color. So then they can just see the differential between the two of you, but it's on brand, and it's just a thought.
That one isn't sticking out in my head. I'm going to have to go back and look at it.
That's okay. Yeah.
The one thing I don't envision Jeff doing, I could be wrong, I don't envision him blogging.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah, he's more of a reader than a writer, and he's more audio. I just don't see it, but I could be wrong. I would imagine, if anything, he would be spoon feeding me ideas, and I would be writing them.
Sure.
But
Yeah. Okay, so do I go through this list, and I've got it on screen? I can see exactly what we're doing.
yeah, you bet.
Okay, so let me do that. So I've got your Word document open on my other screen. So can we change? So are we on the strategic conversion page at this point?
Yeah, that's the page I was giving all the notes on.
Okay, that's what I figured. Yeah. Okay. There's an opening. All right, too many windows open.
There we go.
Okay, so can we change the background picture at the top to be a lake versus a building?
So that to me, I look at that back picture, and I know there's water in the way back.
Yeah.
But it connotates for me busy city, very industrial looking.
Okay.
And I thought if we could have a photo that really spoke a little bit more to lifestyle. That's why I was thinking something more with water than busy city.
There's an amazing picture I know in Canada, in Vancouver, where you see the ocean and then Canada Place and then the city in the background, but there's people paddleboarding and skating and cycling, but the city's right there as well. That sort of epic? Or not?
I don't know. Maybe just a more subtle expression of success and lifestyle.
Okay.
I don't think it has to be overt, but because my target audience in this program is not corporate, because I love the photo that's used in my main website. I think it's perfect for that site.
Yeah.
And the colors, and I love it.
So do you want something similar to that then?
No, that looks too corporate to me.
Okay, too corporate. All right.
And I'm thinking, the landing page for Strategic Conversations is going to be more small business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches.
Okay. Yeah, all right. I can put the page and then I'll just make sure this video works. Yeah, okay, perfect. So this headline here, we had some different versions of that, didn't we?
Yeah, so I think Lindsay's comment late yesterday about increase your sales conversions by as much as.
Yeah.
Instead of it being so definitive, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So as much as 300% then?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Okay, number 2, discover the system. Yeah. So we've got discover the system for having, so that's that line there, number 2, right?
Yeah, so I added to it. Discover the system for having sales conversions that convert without being salesy or pushy, and start helping more ideal clients or customers.
Got it. So that's line number 2 there, right? Yep. And then this is this section here.
Yeah, so I put, are too many of your free consultations a dead end?
Yes.
Okay. I think the way it's sitting there, like one of the things I did learn from James is when in your presentations and sales conversations, you want to avoid questions where people are going to not so much have a doubt, but like I could easily go, well, not all my free consultations.
Yes.
but too many is a different story.
Understood. Understood. Okay, so we've got that going in. Persevere.
Turn your, I'd like the word your, so underneath after we switch that,
Yeah.
now turn your free consultations,
Yeah.
or turn your conversations and consultations into comfortable and predictable sales.
Yeah.
So
Same.
turn your conversations and free consultations.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Might need to bold that or something. Yeah. Okay.
And then I just lowered it. You know, I think 100 million is intimidating.
Yes. Yeah.
So I thought, let's take that down. And if you think it's better to go even lower, I can. But I just said the same system we teach to 50 million plus companies.
So what would be the lowest number? Maybe we could put a sliding scale from 3 million to 100 million.
You could do that.
What's the lowest client volume that you have? Well, mine, 1.1.
Well, outside of a coach, because, a coach would be, I don't know, I've got one coach I've worked with a long time, and she does about 250,000. But if I take coaches out of the picture, smallest business would be about 3 million.
Okay. But then if we're talking coaches and consultants, so let's just say from 250K to 100 million.
Well, then it doesn't make sense now for coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs, because I think what we're implying.
Yeah, because the 100 million, none of those are 100 million businesses.
No, and what we're saying is, what we've been getting success with companies that are doing 100 million, we can now offer to you.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to lower that.
Okay, so if we did, just to sort of help them, if we set it 250 to 3 million plus.
Yeah, I'd say the same system we teach to 3 million to $100 million plus companies now for coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay.
And then I also finished that off with who want to grow.
Yes, like that. Okay.
Then down, what would your life look if you were converting 4 out of 5? I just put 3 or 4 out of 5.
Yes, got it.
And I say that, Jonathan, because in my experience, so somebody like you that really gets it to begin with, that's attainable.
Yes.
But for somebody who's really been struggling, has low self-confidence in terms of presenting themselves, I think 4 out of 5 would be unrealistic.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Got that. It's a nice headline. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so what if you're learning, where does this go?
Go further down.
Oh, okay.
If you're spending
Yes.
too much time in sales conversations
Yeah.
that aren't generating more new business for you, it's time to get out of that rut.
Got it. Yeah. And you okay with this picture?
Yeah, that's fine.
I like it. Yeah. Okay. And all right. So we've got that. And then get past your fears. Let's get past your fears and learn the system.
Yeah, so I did a ... because I was fast forwarding there to learn about your personal sales effectiveness. Okay, so see where it says take your sales effectiveness and impact analysis?
Yeah.
That's not correct languaging for the evaluation. That's for corporate.
Okay.
So that sentence in particular would say, learn about your personal sales effectiveness and develop your specific growth areas and a personalized strategic conversation for your business.
Okay. And where is this? Sorry, just some
Keep
quick.
going
I'm
down.
making this video so Paige gets the video.
Yep. So
where does that sit?
Keep going down.
Yeah.
Okay. The third to last bullet point.
Take your sales effect. This one.
Yes.
Okay.
That whole bullet point
Yeah.
should change to what I have on number 8 in the second line.
Okay. Yeah. That's number 8. Okay. Yeah. And then 9 is, this is where we get into the 6-week course. Okay.
Now, okay, do you think I should put the pricing there?
Yeah.
You do?
Well, I do. There's a strong philosophy. It's like, well, if I don't know how much it's going to cost, then I get to the strategy session. Is it, chances are you'll close them. But yeah, I mean, I have everything up to $15,000 on my website, shown very clearly.
Yeah.
And I just find the whole process now is people want to know, can you help them and how much is it going to cost?
Yeah.
And it's a really good price. So I personally would. Otherwise, it's like, oh, I wonder what this is going to be,
Yeah. Okay. I'm okay then.
So based on that though, we need a date.
Yeah. So
right.
Yep. And before that though, see where it says a 6-week course?
Yes.
Overcome sales blocks, learn to convert, one-to-one conversations.
Yes.
Underneath that, I'd like to see after this training, you will.
Yeah.
And now what I've bullet pointed there are transformations.
Yes, love that. Yeah. Okay.
Then we go into the price. And now, once again, I'd love your feedback. Thinking about solopreneurs, coaches, consultants, much smaller businesses. Do you think I'm too high at $19.97 for a 6-week course?
But it's live with you.
Yeah. Does it strike you as an entrepreneur as high for 6 weeks?
I just looked online at a Facebook ads course, and it was a very long sales page. And I scrolled for, I'm not kidding, it felt like 30 seconds so you can get to a number.
Yep.
And I'm looking, 30,000 value of this, 25,000 of this, 8 value. I said, this is a 1997 course. And sure enough, it was a 1997 course. And it's 6 weeks live doing Facebook ads. And it's like, that's the normal number. You have flexibility if you speak to somebody and just, it's not quite what I was thinking about. It's a little more slick. And if you feel you can help them and get the story and the results, you say, look, for you, Jonathan, I'm going to make it $14.97. Please don't tell anybody else in the group. I'm very happy at the regular price. But, I want to help you and I get a feeling I can, and I'm going to do something just for you. Why not? So you can have some flexibility in your own. It's always harder to put your prices up than bring them down. You think of what people buy from Lisa for $2,000 at the conference, which is just a DVD box. And there's no live accountability or anything, and they buy those. I think with the right audience and the kind of people we're trying to reach with this, because you only want, how many people do you want in the group?
10 would be fantastic.
It's a $20,000 group for you. I sell the boot camp at the blogging boot camp at $19.97. No trouble at all, because they know they get to work with Lindsay. They know that it's 8 weeks, but they know they have 8 weeks of coaching, a private group to be able to ask questions and not alone. I have no trouble at selling at that number.
Do you think if I go to 8 weeks, it sends more perceived value?
So I'm going to put my coach hat on here. Do you not think you're worth that then?
No, I do. I think it's worth every bit of that. When I do this like I'm going to do this training next week in Cleveland with corporate.
Yeah.
And they're paying me $5,000 to come in for 4 hours.
Yeah.
So it's not about that. It's about the target audience.
Understood. But they're also getting the assessment as part of this too, right?
Yeah, which we're not showing as a bonus or anything.
Not yet, because that's $500 of your money. So there's the 500 right there. So effectively, you are selling it at $14.97.
Yeah, exactly. No, I prefer not to go that low, but I think you have a better pulse on this targeted audience than I do.
Yeah, I sell at those numbers, no trouble.
Okay, I'm just going to leave it there. We'll see what happens.
We can always change it. We can always add an extra coupon code on your strategy course, and yeah.
Okay, all right, I'm good with it.
Okay, so then let's go to, because you're right, the bonuses. Okay, so regular price. So when will the course actually start?
Well, here's what I was thinking, and once again, I mean, I don't know what a launch is going to look like. I don't have a list. So, I thought...
I mean, you have your LinkedIn people. You have a lot of connections.
Yeah.
It's not an email list. Yeah.
So I thought put early bird by 5:31.
Yeah, I see that.
And then I didn't look at a date, but
It would,
a start date could definitely be...
because if it's 6 weeks, if we didn't start at the beginning of June, we're into mid-July, which is vacation time.
I know. So if we started at the 7th, what do you think of that?
7th of June?
Yeah.
Yeah, a big calendar thing, yeah. We did June 7th. It's once a week, right? So
Yeah, once a week.
1, 2, 3, 4. So that gets them done by July 12th.
I would probably skip the 5th of July because the 4th is a holiday and everybody's off on the 5th.
Totally, yeah. So you're going to do these on Fridays, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, you definitely don't want that weekend in it at all. Yeah. I mean, the Sassy retreat is that week of the 17th, 18th, 19th, approximately. I do wonder if you should come to that.
I can't.
You can. Oh, you can. She is opening up the retreat for any Sassy, from what I hear.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know how much it'll be, but she's hoping to get a lot of old people there. It's in Palm Springs, too.
Yeah, I'm already signed up to go to James 9.
Oh, you are. Oh, okay. Because that would have been a great shoe-in to sort of say to you, I just did this, and I have another one coming. And yeah. Well, what we need to do then, we need to get strategic with the Sassy directories, the older ones, and start going through it and handpicking the people that you had any connection with that you think you could help and start reaching out.
I only have one hard copy directory.
I have 6. But they didn't do it this year, right?
No.
I'm so mad at them not doing that. Cheap buggers.
I know.
So the last one I've got is July 2018.
That's what I have.
But I have every single one, January 2018, July 2017. So I go right back to when I started. But how long have you been? You were 2 years, right?
Yeah.
So I got them.
Okay.
So you would have had, what happened to you the one before January 2018 then?
Because I had Okay, the year Will was born, it was one of two things.
Yeah.
It was either I missed because Will was born a week before the retreat, so I didn't go.
I remember that. Okay. Well, I've got the book, so we can do another Zoom. We'll just flick through it page by page and let's pick ideal clients for ourselves. Because once this mastermind is done, it's done. And I noticed the Visify guys have actually set up their own mastermind for up to 10 people.
Right.
Not my thing at all. I'm not sure I like those guys really. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But they're trying to do something. I know Stacey Canfield's trying to do something on the East Coast with different sassies, but there is a wide open door opportunity for people who are just hungry to be helped and they have nowhere to go by the end of this year.
No, I agree with you. I'll tell you.
Which is why I was saying about this, Avengers Justice League of you, me, Louise. Well, obviously, I took Louise straight out of the equation once she told me. Holy crap. But,
I talked to her about it, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to reach out to her probably today to make sure she's not, how would I put it, taken back or upset with me. But I kept asking for permission to just be really transparent with her out of the spirit of helping her.
Yes.
And I basically told her she blamed everybody but herself. And I said it more nicely than this, but in almost a bully type of way. And it was concerning for me to watch.
Yeah.
She didn't deny it. She just didn't think it was coming across that way. And I said to her, I go, Louise, I got to be honest with you. I've never seen anybody stronger in, how they were pointing fingers and blaming the team who was completely uneducated on how to sell. I mean, completely. They had no clue.
Yeah. Crazy. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. There is hey, Sassies, what do you think if you were to get sales training? We're not talking ultra high ticket. There's people who are doing that. We know that. But real sales training for real situations. This is what you do. Real marketing help for real situations, which is what I do. Real mindset health. I definitely, there's a part of that. We know that. And maybe there's another piece. I mean, the physical health. I mean, I've lost 7 pounds. I'm fairly happy about that. But
good.
I haven't lost anything this week. Like, not a thing. And yet, man, I have changed my diet 100%. No alcohol, no carbs, no sugar, just proteins and vegetables. I mean, and I'm flat at 217, and I haven't changed all week. It's like, are you kidding me? I've worked out, I've walked, I've held myself accountable. Like, tomorrow. I don't know. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating when you're trying your best, but I'm different. I'm 54. I mean, my body's just not what it was,
Correct.
That is so true. Many ways. I mean, I get more tired. I get more lethargic. My brain just is in work mode, and I can still do the work, but at what cost?
Right.
And so if I could work smarter, if I could sell for, better leverage of my group programs, if I could sell more high ticket, I wouldn't have to work as hard. So I need your help. And people need my help.
Yeah.
And I genuinely think there is an opportunity between now and July to say we have a trifold factor or whatever that might be, and we bring in Dirk or somebody else in the fitness and somebody else in the mindset. I'm not a woo person. I don't want to be too woo in this at all. But I can see it. And I'm surprised nobody else has done it. Maybe there's lots of other people trying. I don't know what Lisa Cherney's act is yet.
Yeah, she looks like she's podcasting.
I know, but she's polarizing to a very aggressive way, and I don't like it.
She's not. Let's put it this way. She was very helpful when she got me to sort through my corporate side of this. That was just once again, I had to reverse engineer how I was doing things. So she was very helpful in me sorting that through. But what she does on Facebook and all the FU stuff and all, that's just so not me.
I mean, I won't lie. I swear at here and there, but I would never swear on social media. I would, oh, unless I was super angry about something to make a point, I would never do it in a video, ever do it in a video.
Yeah.
Certainly not even in my group classes. I mean, I just go like, what the? But I would never say the word. It's crap. I mean, she had a following. I'd be interested if any of that following hire her. So yeah, Andrea J. Lee's gone so left base. It's quite unbelievable. Well, she's gone in the holistic world.
Why do you, let me ask you a question. Why not have, okay, let's imagine you and I partner up with the program, because you're the lead gen and I'm the conversation converter. Instead of trying to find a third, which to me could in fact cause people to not join because their number one priority is getting new business in the door. In other words, it could be perceived as distraction. Why not make some of those other possibilities either bonuses, or they could even be promoted? You know what I mean? Like,
No.
I don't know. I'm not seeing it from the perspective of opportunity as necessitating a whole tribe of people coming together.
Yeah. I have a call I'm still trying to schedule with Giselle Toner. So it's either going to be that afternoon or tomorrow morning. I've narrowed it down to that. But she has money, right? I mean, she did Platinum Elite. She came back as a band. She did a VIP day with Lisa.
No doubt.
So I'm excited. So in my brain, it's like, because she's a yoga personal health teacher now as well, isn't she? So maybe she's somewhere. Okay. I mean, I have a very specific boot camp for social media, but maybe we just, as part of this, maybe we just have a 15-minute window in each session. It's okay. So guys, let's open up your LinkedIn. Let's do a hot seat on LinkedIn, and let me tell you how this is going to work. And this is your challenge for this week with video, like you were talking with the Barnes group. And I could teach from a very practical standpoint of getting those LinkedIn articles out, getting some video into it, and yeah, totally fine to do that.
I mean, and then I'll tell. Did I take you through? Now this is definitely high ticket, so it could get reconstructed. But did I share with you James' formula for a $5 million business?
No.
So what he does, he's got 200 people in this program at $25K each. Okay.
Yeah.
And he only delivers 144 days out of the year. So think about that. He's coaching Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Yeah.
And the way he does it, so it's a 12-month program. My wheels have been turning in how to turn this into a corporate package. But I think we could talk about how to adapt this. So there's in the year, you get a 5-hour day with him one-on-one. Okay. And you could do that in person. You could go to his home. You could do it Zoom. If he's traveling to a nearby city, as long as he can, he'll throw a day on the front side. But in deliberately offering 5 hours, he's able to do 2 in one day.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that consumes 100 of the 144 days. Then what he offers is 3 2-day masterminds in the year. He does those June, October, and February. Then he offers 6 30-minute one-on-one calls.
Mhm.
And those can be used in any way you want. Like if you said, gee, I'd like to combine all of those into one great big call, he'll do that.
Yeah.
You get 6 10-minute emergency calls.
Yeah.
And then he does 4 events during the year that you could go to at no charge.
Okay.
And that's his 25K package.
Okay.
So, and by the way, and I thought there was some value in this that I'll share. He said, start with how you want to monetize, like what you want that number to be.
Yeah.
And how you want this to fit within your lifestyle and the other work you do. And in other words, how many days do you want this package to look like?
Yep.
So he said, when you start there, now you can start putting the pieces in it to make it valuable. But he was explaining, and it's true, I'm guilty of it. He said, what most people do is they'll start with, well, I could offer one-to-one. I could offer this online course.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
You know, and now
I did all of
what
this with Ann Dickinson last week. She came here after Andrew's event, and we went through all the different cost centers or profit centers, and we analyzed them all, and they're all good. They all can be around the 50% marker, and they're all leverageable, and they're all scalable. So she said, but you can't do them all at once.
Mm-hmm.
So do I want 30 one-on-one clients at $2,000 a month that I make $1,000 on?
Exactly.
Or do I want one VIP at 45 that I could make 20 on? I mean, right now, I see them as all multiple different streams of income. So if one falls off, I have others. But yeah, I mean, I could totally do that. Because I work way too hard. I still do. I know I do.
Mm-hmm.
You do.
Oh, it's my number one thing. Like, I don't have a life.
No.
I don't.
No,
Yeah. And
Debbie said to me, so we have no friends in this area. We moved here 3 years ago. We hardly know anybody. I went, and? I'm too busy working. What do you want me to do about it? You know, have a dinner party, I'll show up. But not being too belittle, but I don't have time to go and be social with neighbors. I'm working.
I know.
Horrible thing to say, but.
Nope, I get it.
But I've got friends like you that, you know, we can have this hour and I feel totally bonded and connected and helped and helping, and that's my world.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So another question then, what about, what about the upsell after the 6 weeks is the other thing we need to think about. Now, should we be thinking about this year-long mastermind? Because
should we be thinking about what? A year-long mastermind, did you say?
So, yeah, what are you going to do with these people at the end of this course?
Yeah, I really don't want one-to-one coaching clients.
Nope. I agree. But
could
you have a Success Circle Facebook group that was paid, that they got a 1 hour, you know, session a month where you show up as open hours and you can just answer any questions. You could drop information in there that you're not sharing on your social media because it's more personal to what's working with your clients that they get access to, but you're not necessarily naming them, but there's an NDA in that group kind of thing.
Well, let me ask you this, because I prefer to go higher ticket than lower. And my perception would be a Facebook group would be lower ticket. What if I did a hybrid of what James does? In other words, I'd spend 5 hours with somebody.
Yeah.
Okay. I would do 3 two-day masterminds if I had a group.
Yeah.
I would offer 6 30-minute calls. That's doable. And I'd even offer the emergency calls. I don't want to plan 4 events a year. You know, so I'd shave that off. Unless
you said, you know what, I booked my condo in Cabo. I'm going to be there for a week. If you want to come, let's put out a workation. And during that week, I'm going to do 3 whatever's, 4-hour masterminding, hot seats strategies in between me going away, and make your event more of a destination. And
I could, but I don't think I want to go there first. No, like, okay, in other words,
just the thought.
Yeah. I love the idea, but it sounds like tons of work to put together. And if I just shave those events off and presume, those are 1,500 a piece, there's, say, $6,000 worth, $7,000, something like that.
You see what people were paying in Sassy just to be there, even at the events level, it's $14,500.
Correct.
I mean, when I look back, like, what was I really getting? A monthly call where I got 7 minutes with Lisa Cherney. I can ask a question. I can ask that question anyway. I could get Janine and Augie and you in a room and just say, hey, you guys, you know what? This is where I'm at. I can do that.
Yeah.
I get to go to 2 of her events. Okay, I'm in there, great. I love those events. I get to go to 2 retreats. Okay, great. I love those. But the rest of the stuff through the year, all the labs and I didn't do any of it. Not a job. So really, I was paying, realistically, best part of $4,000 per event with a little bit of coaching. And people were happy to pay that.
I know. Well, but I think and I'm in the group too, of paying for perceived success. In other words, she's in the top 20 Inc. 5,000 or 500, whatever that she admitted she paid for. But anyway,
that was years ago too.
It's like perceived success. She's got this multi-million-dollar business that I want to have. So I think, you and I need to think about how that translates perception-wise.
So why don't we take that down a notch? And then you look at you and Jeff and your girls and where you live, and you have a lake house, and you have perceived success for many, many people. Not many people make more than $120,000 realistically, even in the coaching world. I'm the same. I mean, long marriage, 3 kids doing amazing things. I am perceived successful to many people. For us, we haven't even started where we know we could be. And we both I have huge aspirations of where I still think I can be, and I'm not giving up on that. I just get myself too busy and I avoid it. And it's interesting. You said something. I had a resistance to success as part of my analysis that you did, or a resistance.
Yep.
Which I don't think I do, but I do, because obviously I'm not. So we could emulate that in a more humble, different way. It's just like, sure, we're not Jeff Walker, we're not Lisa Sasevich, we're not John Assaraf, but you know what? We're real. We have marriages that lasted. We have kids that are doing awesome things. We have high net worth, and we're keeping it real.
Yeah, right.
At that point, it's like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I want all that, right? Yeah, I get it.
And I never go to that personally. People see it. I mean, I use my house, my office, and my marriage a lot subtly, but I would never go out and say, I did good. But if we were trying to sell into something that was a comparison to it, even where Louise is at, or even Augie's at, I mean, those are probably not the right examples, but so many others that we know, like Janine, she's broke. I mean, bless her heart, she's still broke. She did a 10-person event last week. She didn't get one sale out of it. She said it was a great event. She brought great value, and she has 4 really strong strategy sessions, but she didn't turn a dime. But she's putting money into Sassy 3 times in a row.
Right.
So if we could pick, as I said, if we went through the book and we picked those kind of people and said, we're going to do something quite unique. It's by invite only. We're not advertising this, but come on a journey for 12 months with us, and this is what we'll teach you, and this is the access that you get. I'm just, me, I just go straight to the idea, but say you have 5 hours. You can have it with the 2 of us on Zoom. You can have it with 1 of us. maybe you want one with Jennifer and one with me, just, you know, in the same month or something. You could have the 30-minute calls. I mean, are you struggling more with your messaging or marketing? You know?
Yep, yep.
Well, I quite like that. Writing that down. I don't think it would be that hard to sort of say to people, and it's 15 grand for the first year.
Yeah, that's the number I was thinking of, and maybe they get a better price if they're going to pay it in a lump sum.
Yeah, they get it for 13 or something, or 12,997, or whatever Lisa would say.
And what I would say to you, Jonathan, and we'll have to talk more about this, I think we need to be more structured in how we carve out time for them, because here's what'll happen. Because of, it's kind of like the what I don't know, and as the buyer, and my perception could be I really need help with those one-on-one conversations because I'm churning and burning them, and maybe the bigger problem is sitting in their the marketing and who they're attracting.
Yeah.
Right? And that they need significant work there. So I think what you and I need to do is, let's put it this way. If I'm going to teach somebody to how to be effective in creating a strategic conversation that converts, that's custom for their business, I need that 5-hour session with them.
Oh, you would do. No question.
So maybe, and you'd have to think about your time, it's 2 5-hour sessions, one with Jonathan, one with Jennifer.
It would be, without doubt.
You know?
Yeah.
And then they divvy up those the 30-minute calls and emergency calls between us, you know, 3 with you, 3 with, whatever. I mean, we can play with some dynamics here, but I agree with you. I think a $15K package, and maybe what you should think about, if the messaging is going to be around, you know, attracting quality leads and converting them.
Yeah.
What would be your deliverables? Like, it's easy for me to go, that 5 hours, easy. I've already got it. It's strategic conversations that convert, that they'd be getting.
Yeah.
Because the rest of this stuff, coming up with, you know, 2 or 3 masterminds, I mean, my gosh, that'd be easy to put together.
I did a strategy call with a lady the other day in my car, just looking at her Facebook and all the posts she's done in the last month, and I just re-engineered all of her posts. Even in my own brain, it's like, dude, you're a bloody genius. And she was just thanking me and thank you. And I ended up upselling her another $4,000 into more programs, because I know instinctively what works and what doesn't work. I just know now, because I read it so much and I see it as plain as day, and nobody else can sort of see that clarity of what they're not doing.
Correct.
There's so much we could do. So you'd be pleased with me. This week, I have to tie them all up today, but as upsells to my social media boot camps, I've probably done about $15,000 this week in upsells.
Yay!
And that's awesome. All leveraged.
That's huge.
One of those things is going to take more time on my part once I sign them up and sell them in. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So once we create something like this, and it's the first one, we really have to be cognizant, because it's going to happen before we know it, of what we do. And hey, if I'm at the Sassy Retreat, even if you're not, and we go, you know, we got our gold mine right here. It doesn't have to be just Sassy, but
right.
There's a lot of, and some people will even do, if they go to San Diego. She did a renewal call last week, apparently. 6 people showed up. Hardly anybody. There was no interest at all, from what and they were quite shocked, apparently. So.
Yeah, but I don't think there's any promise here. Like, in other words, I'm not enamored with the program to begin with, and now to renew, knowing short term what's going on, and
no more speak to sell, just a retreat and access to her new website, which apparently is amazing. But why wasn't it amazing 2 years ago?
Exactly. Do you think Speak to Sell is worth going to this year?
I do, because I'm speaking at it.
Yeah, that's true.
Concert. Personally, I learn best when I watch her on stage. And I remember how she stands, how she sits, how she captivates the audience. I mean, I personally think that's her real gift.
Mm-hmm.
She has others, but she has a stage craft is excellent.
Yeah.
She does events, and the best part is excellent. I would do it differently. I'd make it more connectivity and access. But anyway, so yeah.
Well, I haven't signed up or booked anything.
It costs you nothing. It's just a hotel, right?
What's that?
It costs you nothing, just the hotel and the flight.
Yeah.
$97 non-refundable or whatever it is if you show up. But last one. As that the other day, she told me she'd only sold 200. They were hoping for 350 and then allow for a 20% no-show, so probably 300.
Right.
Which for her last event, I thought she would have been up in the 400, 500 people. So it says everything. And yeah, and I think the way she's priced the last 6 months, it's a going out of business sale.
Oh, yeah.
And she's priced it high.
Yeah.
There's really no discount for the last 6 months. It's the same, just a cut in half.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, that to me, I was expecting a renewal of about 5,000. I went, wow, okay, everybody will do that. But now that she's 7.5 or 2,250 or 45, depending on, it's like, there's no deal.
Not at all.
So, just my opinion, but.
So, when do you want to go through your presentation?
Well, I have it done. I need to re-engineer because I did an hour with Lisa on last Friday.
Okay.
And we went through it, and she gave me some great tips. And I genuinely haven't had a minute to go back through that and reorg it. And I'm trying to remember. I don't think Brittany has sent me the recording. She hasn't. Okay, I need to get the recording of that Zoom because I need to do that. But sometime end of next week would be awesome. I think I'm going to change my offer to $9.97 again.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I think
it feels easy, and I would rather feel easy and from ease and like a no-brainer. It totally just sits with me. I asked Debbie, what is your choice? I said, that's not what I asked.
No, I think as we talked it through last week, I think it makes sense for you.
Yeah.
As the point of entry that makes it irresistible.
Yeah. I'm not her main stage Saturday speaker, and I was forgetting that. I'm a Friday morning breakfast speaker, and although I think I should have been the Saturday main stage, and she has 2, which I'm kind of ticked about. But
who does she have as main stage?
She has a girl called. I have it somewhere. She's somebody who talks about legal contracts and things like that. Still behind on my filing. I wrote it down. I vaguely knew the name. Hang on, I have to find the notes. It's on this piece of paper somewhere. Can't find it. I'll find it and let you know. So somebody who's going to talk about contracts and NDAs and covering your behind and this kind of thing.
Right.
On the Saturday morning. And then in the afternoon, mid-afternoon, she's got Steve Osher, who's a podcasting dude.
Right.
Who I really don't like. I certainly wouldn't buy his stuff. Lisa's so catfish in some ways. She did a podcast with him. And I remember we did our VIP day with her the same week, and I'd listened to it. And she said, wasn't he awful? He never listened. He didn't do any of the homework. I couldn't get a word in. I just couldn't wait for that podcast to finish because it was all about him. And now she's booked him as the afternoon speaker.
What the heck?
Because he pays.
I was just going to say, yeah.
And, you know, for some ways, it's all about money. And
You're right.
so, but I'm the first one to make an offer. So I can get the money first, get the cards processed. No, I can't
Well,
find that.
I think I shared this with you, and it's another nugget that I agree with that I heard James say, and that was either be the engine or the caboose.
Yes. And when I interviewed for my first job in Canada at the Bay, the department store, he offered me, he said, when do you want to come in? I said, well, how many people are you interviewing? He said, 6. And I said, well, I'll either go first or last. He said, how come? I said, well, I'll either come in first, and once you've interviewed me, everybody else you look at, you think, why did I bother? I already found the right guy. Or I said, I'll come in last. He said, oh, thank goodness, I finally made the right choice here. The job's yours. He said, you just grew some. I went, it's just the way it's going to be, Rich. So we interviewed. I went first. At the end of the interview, he said, you know what? I think you're absolutely right. I think you're the right fit for the job, but I can't give it to you. With respect to everybody else, they're coming in. I went, I get it. That's fine. Who knows? Maybe somebody out there is a bit similar to me. I doubt it, but I think there's a fit. I think we can work together. Okay. He said, no. You push the envelope. Don't take it back. He said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will call you straight after the last interview, and I'll let you know how the day's gone. I went, okay. Sure enough, 4:45, my phone rings. He said, Jonathan Christian, you were damn right. Everybody else was a complete waste of my time. I went, okay.
Awesome. I
Let's do a
love
deal.
that story.
I have moxie but not always.
Love it.
But true
Yeah.
story.
No, I believe you. Yeah, but it is true.
And he offered me a salary. I went, you got to be kidding me. He said, that's the salary. I went, oh, if you'd told me that to begin with, I wouldn't have interviewed. And he offered me 63,000. And I went, no. I said, dude, I was making way more than that last year. Well, you're new to the country. I said, yeah, and you're buying my experience like that. So I negotiated a salary within 6 months of joining at 81. So from 60, so I ended up being the 3rd highest paid manager out of 12, right in the gate.
Good for you.
And I won #1 results within the first year in the company. So
Wow. I'm not surprised though.
Yeah.
Hey, what are the exact dates of Speak to Sell?
30, 31, and June 1st.
Okay. I'm going to look at my calendar.
Okay.
It'd be fun to...
You could come and cheer me on.
I know. Seriously, it'd be fun to come hang with you and hear your presentation live.
We could use that forum of the sassies that we know and just say, have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Starting in August or September, we're going to do something quite unique. It's going to be invite only. And that's how I created a new course last week called Public Relationships. I think we sold it out.
I saw that.
I think we
Good
sold
for
it
you.
out. And I just said to people, I'm doing this. It's only for a select number of people. I'd like you to be in it. I've saved your seat. Are you in? Yep. Save me a seat. And they've all said, yep, save me a seat.
Perfect.
Because it feels like you're handpicking them. And I was handpicking them, actually. I think there's a lot of mileage there.
No, I agree.
Okay. I have my 9 o'clock text.
Yes, I'll let you go. Excellent. So are you good with the rest of the changes? I think
Yes,
we got...
I'm going to go down and give Paige this video now, and she can run through the videos we talked, and I printed out the word sheet. So, yeah, we should be able to get that done today.
Okay.
Bless you.
All right.
Bless you.
Back at you. All right, have a great weekend.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.